You know those moments where you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? The heartbreak, the rejection, the disappointment. It feels unfair. But what if life isn't punishing you? What if life is preparing you? Because the truth is, life isn't happening to us, it's happening for us. And the moment you start seeing it that way, your entire healing journey changes. When we've experienced trauma, it could be from abandonment, from neglect, from betrayal. In all of those experiences, our brain learns to see everything through the lens of danger. And this is how it looks like. You might even recognize it in yourself. When something is hurt, that means it's bad. When something is uncomfortable, that means it's not safe. But in healing, this belief keeps us trapped because not everything that feels painful is meant to destroy us. Some things are meant to wake us up. Life uses discomfort to get our attention, to push us where we were meant to grow. Let me give you an example. I am someone who grew up with a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. And one identity that I got from it was being a people pleaser because I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like I had to please others to get accepted, to get liked. And but I hated growing up. I hated the fact that it was hard for me to set boundary, and I could see my friends that it was easier for them to say what they wanted. If they were not okay with a decision in a group, they would be okay saying, no, I don't want to do this, can we change? But for me, it was hard for me. It was hard for me to speak up. It was hard for me to even like myself. I had friends that were so confident that I would look at them like, how can they do that? Like, how can they just act like, like how can they be like that? And it was hard for me to be like that. I was asking myself all these questions. And it was also, I just got tired of not liking who I was. I grew up where one of my parents, they would call me names, they would tell me that I was ugly, they would tell me that I shouldn't be on this earth. So it changed the way I view myself. I started hated seeing myself in the mirror because looking at myself in the mirror, I would have flashback of what that parents would used to tell me. But one day I just got tired of it. I just got tired of being a doormat. I just got tired of not being able to speak up my mind. I just got tired of not being confident. I just got tired of not being who I was on the inside, who I knew myself that I was. So I started healing. But I'm telling you this because for my people pleasing identity, one thing that I did was starting setting boundary, but it was uncomfortable. It was really, really uncomfortable. But then I remember, and I kept telling myself that growth is uncomfortable at first. The first time I set boundary, my voice, I was shaking. It was hard for me to finish the whole sentence. And in my mind, I kept thinking, wait, what if they don't like me? What if my friends abandoned me? What if they don't want to be friends with me anymore? And you know what? I was able to quiet my mind and tell myself, this is who you want to be. Do you want to keep getting walked over? Do you want to say yes when you really wanted to say no? Do you really want to look at yourself in the mirror and not like what you want with what you see? So I just kept telling myself, I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more your brain is going to learn. The more you do it, the more your brain is going to learn. So I kept repeating setting boundary to the point where now when I'm in an uncomfortable position or for example setting boundary is easier for me now, but I had to go through those uncomfortable situation where I didn't want to be there, where it was hard for me to speak up. Every person you meet, especially the ones who hurt you, comes with a lesson. They mirror back the part of us that still needs healing. Maybe the friend who ignored you is teaching you boundary. Maybe the partner that left you is teaching you self-worth. And maybe the job that fell through is guiding you towards something bigger, towards something better that your fear wouldn't have let you choose. When you start asking yourself, what is this trying to show me? Instead of, why is this happening to me? That's when you shift from a victim mindset to a creator mindset. That's when your whole energy shifts. That's when life is starting to happen for you instead of against you. Let me give you another example. So I used to keep going back to someone who clearly did not value me. At the time, I was telling myself, I'm young, I just need love. But now I can see that what I really needed, what I was craving was safety. At home, things were not great. They were really, really bad. And I hated being alone because being alone reminded me of all that pain that I was going through, of how unfair life was. But now I can see that that situation, it wasn't life punishing me. It was life trying to get my attention. It was life trying to tell me to heal myself, to look inward. Because I was craving safety outside of myself, but safety is found within. The next time something doesn't go your way, pause and ask yourself these three questions. What emotion am I feeling right now? Where have I felt this emotion before? What is this situation trying to show me about myself? That's how you start turning your pain into wisdom. And remember, you're not trying to excuse what happened, but you're trying to free yourself from it. And remember, the first question is, what emotion am I feeling right now? Because I'm not saying that you have to, when something happens, you just have to think positive and trying to figure out what's happening. No, if something hurts, cry, okay? I have learned that suppressed emotion, especially for us women, they get trapped in our hips. And I can even testify this for myself because when I was young, there's a lot of emotion that I was not able to um, feel. So I was just suppressing them. I was suppressing them, and my hips were really, really tight. So if something hurts, yes, cry about it. Cry about it. If someone did you wrong, cry about it. But after you finish crying, get back to serious and reflect on yourself. What can you learn from this? Someone told me, and I think it's one of my coaches, every person you meet is not your friend, it's a teacher. With every person, with every situation you go through, if you really look closely, there's something to learn either about you or about life or about that person. There's always something to learn. And when you start shifting your energy to asking those questions instead of you thinking life is not fair, life is trying to get you, you will see that your whole healing journey will shift. Yes, people did you wrong in the past. Yes, your parents did you wrong. But what can you learn from this? Because for me, one of my parents, they really treated me bad. But in that situation, I have so much trust within myself now. I have so much love within myself now that any person, I've went through so much things that if someone comes to me and trying to break me down, trust me, it is now going to work. Yes, I did not like going through those situations, but we got to remember what happened to us. If you went through trauma, what happened to us of how unfair someone treated you. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. People are carrying their own unhealed wounds and they're just looking at someone to express all that anger. So do not take everything serious or pin it on yourself and think, what did I do wrong? Am I a bad person? No, reflect from it. Maybe you did act in a way that you're not proud of. But now when you reflect from it, now you see, okay, I did this. Next time if this happened, I can behave this way. When you start asking yourself this question, asking yourself the hard questions, trust me, everything will shift. You're gonna start living life from a different energy. Here are the takeaways from this video. If you only had to remember 3 things from this video, let it be these 3. Life is not trying to break you, it's trying to build you. The people who hurt you were not detours, they were direction signs. And remember, your healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about learning from it so you never have to repeat it. Awareness is where healing begins. I hope you found value in this video. Be safe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.